courses after you've done your design and technology GCSE. There are lots of courses at university in the creative, engineering and manufacturing sector, leading to a degree or a master. Well, what will you study? You'll study to be creative and design and make things in a creative way. Design and technology is about designing and making creative products. You'll design and make creative products of your choice, something you choose to make, within the context of a theme that's set by the exam board, which is AQA. You will realise that's make these products by making them in the workshop or by using computers, CAD and CAM. Assessment. We're very lucky in design and technology that we still have 50% of the course, which is coursework, and only 50% at the end, which is the exam. The coursework is now called non-exam assessment. At the end of the 2 years, the coursework will be added to your end exam, which you take in May or June, to give you 100%, which is your whole GCSE. But when we're doing our control assessment, our coursework, you have a lot of control, a lot of freedom, and you get a lot of support from your teacher. And you also spend quite a lot of time either using computers on CAD/CAM or in the workshop. What are lessons like? Well, I asked the Year 10 students who are currently doing design and technology. Here's some of the things they said. They said I particularly like the lessons because they're quite creative. You learn about teamwork, you learn about problem solving, you learn about risk taking, and you learn about resourcefulness. They also like the idea that you can work in teams and share ideas. So if you're designing something, you can design it with a friend who can support you, you can chat to them and evaluate quite a lot of peer assessment and help each other design your products. There's also close links to maths, science, geography and literacy. So if you want more information, obviously you can speak to me, Mr. Allen, or you can email me, or you can go on to the AQA website, the exam board, or you can look at www.designandtechnology.com. And finally, you can look at design magazines and the Design and Technology Association, which is an organisation that supports design and technology. So come and speak to me.
Okay, so that was the first part of Mr. Allen's presentation that he's personally presented. I'm now going to play you the DT film, why it's so important. He did email you to let you know about that, and I think he included a link for you to watch at your leisure as well, but I'll play it for you all, those of you that have joined as well.
One of the things that was really honed in design technology is this idea of not going with your first solution. There is a real encouragement to follow all the ideas through and take them further than you would expect to go initially.
I'm a design engineer in the accessories department here at Triumph. So I did design technology at both A-level and GCSE, which I really feel helps develop my creativity, which is not something that I would say comes naturally to me.
The project we're doing in textiles right now is natural forms and how it's incorporated in fashion.
Working out not only what works on paper, but what's going to be a good product is something that DT really emphasises well and teaches from a really early age, actually designing from scratch and working out what is going to work for the customer.
Hopefully when I'm older I'd like to go into medicine, maybe in the Navy, and I think the techniques in textiles will be helpful, especially with creativity and working with machines and also stitching up people.
I loved studying design and technology at school because it allowed me to explore my crazy ideas and turn them into reality, which is something that we do every day on projects at work. I love seeing people using our products out on the road, and it's really exciting seeing them enjoying things that I've personally designed.
The most valuable thing is bouncing off each other's creativity and letting myself and my creativity flourish.
Okay, wow, I enjoyed that. That's a good film. Okay, so now for the last presentation, geography from Mr. Poos.
Good morning, Year 9. So I'm just going to take a few moments of your time to to go over why GCSE geography might be a route for you. If I'm going to be really honest, I think you'll be sitting there knowing the answer already. If you've loved the subject and what you've been learning over the last few years, or if you've hated it and it's not been for you, then that's a really good indicator. So if you're somebody who can answer yes to those questions on the board, then I would say it's a really good route for you to start taking. In terms of what we study physical geography unit, which is about the natural world. So for example, we're going to look at hazards like the tectonics that you're studying right now, weather hazards, and the big issue of the day, climate change. We'll look at ecosystems. We'll particularly focus on rainforests and the polar environments. And we'll look at physical landscapes in our own country, so our river systems and our coastal zones. So all of those have something in common. They're to do with the natural world. So it's an hour-and-a-half exam at the end of 2 years, and it will give you 35% of your GCSE. The second half is called human geography. It makes up, again, its own paper here in the GCSE. You would do things like urban geography, so looking at cities, how they're growing, population issues. We also look at development. We look at resource management, so things like water, food, and kind of what's going to happen in the future. As you can see there, hour-and-a-half exam, 35% of the GCSE. So those are the two broad kind of routes in geography. It's what's called a bridging subject. It's why a lot of universities look for geography students, because it means they're very, very versatile. A bridging subject means that we are both a science and a humanities, and we're the only subject where if you went to university, you would actually then be able to pick a route to become either a Bachelor of Arts, which is the humanities side, or a Bachelor of Science, which is the science side. Now, at your level, what they do is they just keep it as broad as possible so that you have a really good wide range of knowledge, but also, and this leads me on to paper 3, a wide range of skills. And this is what makes geographers really special and also very, very employable. So the third paper, and that last 30%, comes from a geographical skills and fieldwork paper. The first half is issues evaluation. It uses real world examples, and you have to make decisions. So just like a real job, you'll be sent a load of information about 12 weeks before the exam. It might be something as simple as they're going to build some roads in this section of rainforest. Should that be allowed or not? And you have to use all the evidence to prove your point. The fieldwork, though, that takes place before the exam, and then you talk about it in the exam. So there are 2 compulsory local studies that you would have to go on. One of them in an urban area, so we stay in London. The other in a natural environment, so we tend to go down to the North Kent coast and have a look at how that's all kind of working. There are options for residential trips. So in the past, we've been down to Dorset, into Suffolk as well. So depending on what we decide as a group, absolutely open to thinking about that as well. Okay, in terms of what other students have said, I'll just leave this on the screen so for you to read. But I think it's just important to know yourself, right? We don't have an entry requirement as such, but we are looking for students who have been working with us, who have maybe been hitting their targets for themselves. So and who just have a passion for it, because actually you're going to be studying this for quite a lot of a week. So it's something that you want to really consider. Okay. When it comes to what it will lead you to, well, there's a great website by the Royal Geographical Society. They have a careers section. It is a huge amount of jobs that geographers can get involved in, because like I said, we're very versatile. So here's just a snippet of jobs from different sectors. Government policy is a huge area for geography graduates to go into, but you'll see it ranges all the way from that down to the business world, the physical environment. So, we're talking about if you really love volcanoes, train to be a specialist in that, become a volcanologist. Or if you love travel, get yourself into a job where you're an expedition manager. All sorts of jobs, very, very wide ranging in the geography career path. In terms of then, I'll leave you with this message from AQA, which is the exam board we use if you wanted to look into the course anymore. And essentially, if you become a geographer, well, the world is your oyster. So I'll leave it there with that last message. Have a great day, and please do let me or Mr. McDonald know if you wanted to discuss your options individually.
Okay, so let's go back to the main. Right, that concludes the second options presentation. Before we finish, has anyone got any questions? Adriana, you had problems with the sound. Did anyone else have problems with the sound? No one's speaking. Okay, I'm just going to download the attendance list. As I said, the recording for this will be available on Show My Homework. I'll put that on Show My Homework. So have a good weekend, everyone. As we go into the last week of remote learning, there'll be various announcements next week. So have a great day of homework today and a good weekend. And I will also see you in the live tutor time on Monday.
The future is bright for you guys. The UK will need over 10 million new designers, engineers and technologists over the next 10 years, and over 1 million new creative people.
Hello, hi everybody.
Say everybody, that's three students.
4, we've got Beverly as well now.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, we got 4 now. We got Celestina. Hi, Celestina. Adriano, do you want to say hi? Beverly, do you want to say hi? Or put it into the chat. Right, Mrs. Smith, I think as per yesterday, perhaps if I leave it until 11:20 and then start at 11:20.
Yes, I think that's a good idea to allow as many people as possible to join before starting.
Yeah, it went fine yesterday, no hiccups.
Yeah, good.
15, I'll put the recording on.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Great.
And today's ones are all around 5 minutes.
Uh-huh. I will probably have to leave after about 15 minutes because I have a meeting with Mr. McCarroll, but I'll be there for the first 15 minutes.
No worries.
Okay.
Hi, Leonie. So for everyone else, as I've just said to Mrs. Smith, I'm going to leave it until 11:20, so 3 minutes time before starting the presentations. So this is the second session, 2 of 4. That's right, isn't it, Ms. Smith? 4 in total?
There's actually 6 in total.
Correction. Thank you, ma'am. So it's actually 6 that we'll be doing. 2 will be in school, possibly, but we'll see. That's right, isn't it, Mrs. Smith? That we might even have 2 in school.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 more minutes and we'll start. And once I've started, I won't be able to allow anyone in to the lobby, through the lobby, just because I don't want to disrupt the films once I've started them. So it will be available as a recording. And obviously for all of you that have joined, you can watch them again if you want to.
So if you allow me to be a presenter, I can let people in for you.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good plan. So that's more actions, meeting options.
Yes, I think
Who
so.
can present?
Yes.
Specific people.
Yeah.
Search participants, Miss Smith. There you go.
Lovely.
And then I've got, do I have to, yeah, save that. Okay, right, I've saved that.
Uh-huh.
Excellent. That's a good idea.
Okay. So we've already got somebody in the lobby.
Yeah, I've let in Demi.
All right.
Okay, so 1 more minute. So, so only 6, 7. So we're on a quarter, ma'am.
Maybe because it's Friday, everyone's still in bed. Cut. Disgraceful.
Shocking.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Absolutely
I'm
shocking.
shocked.
Yeah.
We know that all teenagers are up bright and early at 7 o'clock in the morning, raring to go.
Well, I did have a year 10. I won't mention the name. Who had slept for the last 16 hours.
Oh my God.
And they missed the live